This week on Blood Brothers TV.
I work at a soybean crushing plant in Illinois. We work 12-hour rotating shifts there. I'm a shift supervisor, and I like my job I like it pretty good, but the 12 hours get kind of long sometimes. 7 days off once a month. And besides turkey hunt, you can deer hunt and quail hunt anytime. You got a lot of free time but when you work, you're there.
We all come from a real strong family, hunting and fishing, and most of us raised on the outdoor kind of way of life. My dad and his dad, and mostly my dad and my papa. They got us out when we was, heck man, I can't tell you how old, young, but it's just all we know. It's what we do.
Well, I've always been a daddy's girl, and so hunting with my dad gives us a special something that we can do together. It's just kind of our thing. I like hunting because it gives me a place where I can just escape, get away from the busyness of school and all the things I do, and it's just a nice, relaxing thing to do.
Probably this is Hannah's third year turkey hunting. Did a lot better than her dad. It took Dad 5 years before he killed his first turkey, and here she is in her third year and got her first tom turkey. I enjoyed going out with my grandpa. He took me out in the woods, we went fishing. It just meant a lot to me and enjoyed it so much. And I was just hoping that my kids would also enjoy the same, getting outdoors and enjoying being alone and having some good quality bonding time together.
Cherokee Sports presents Blood Brothers, an ancestral bond between like-minded individuals that share one passion. New Breed TV, brought to you by Cherokee Sports. Blood Brothers TV, share your passion.
What Blood Brothers means to me is it doesn't matter if it's family or friends. When you're out in the timber hunting, you're all family. I don't know, it's just a bonding time. It doesn't matter who it is or what you're doing. Hunting to me is a way of life. If I couldn't hunt, I don't know what I'd do. It'd be kind of a boring life.
She has got a huge beard.
I know.
Lucky toll in here. He would drop her in a heartbeat.
I almost thinking about myself.
Big beard.
For him it was.
It wasn't a bad beard for a tom.
I mean, you can still see her beard way over here. This week here, I was on days last week, and this week here is our first turkey season in Illinois. We have 5 seasons, and this felt pretty good for me, so I just took the first season off because I have all week to hunt. Don't have to burn no vacation, and then it just works out pretty good that way. I've been hunting since I was 8 years old. I killed my first rabbit with my dad on my birthday in November. Well, I remember that day pretty good. Like I said, we went and got my hunting license and everything the day before, and it was on a Saturday. I got my grandpa's 410, single shot 410. I never met my grandpa. He died when my dad was 10. And it was pretty special because I got to use his gun that day. Did a little squirrel hunting, and that's about all my dad did. We did a little bit of coon hunting, not too much.
There's 2 of them. Oh, yeah. Coming from the right. Coming this way. Yep. This other one's on the ground to our left, too.
My mom's side of the family, they hunted about everything, and my uncles took me quail hunting up till I was about 16. When I got to 16, I was started driving myself, and then anything that walked, crawled, or fly, I shot, or hunted, I should say. I've been turkey hunting since I've been about 25. Well, actually, I remember that first turkey hunt I went on. It was, I thought it was pretty easy. I went out there and killed that bird right off the bat. Kind of set up underneath of them, didn't know I did. And the next year, reality kind of set in. I spooked them out the first day I went in. Second day, I listened to them, and then I set up one spot and kind of chased them off. Then, you know, over the years, I've kind of learned how to do it. And it takes a long time, and turkeys can be kind of tough sometimes. Today worked out pretty good. We come in here last night, set up probably just right over there, and did our homework and roosted a bird. Didn't know we had some others there roosted, and we slipped in there real early this morning. We decided to set out these Cherokee sport decoys, and we set our hen out, and then we set our Billy Badak decoy out. And they hit that ground. Them decoys made them turkeys pretty mad. It was pretty wild. Damn spinner. I mean, I've seen it on TV, of course, but I've never seen them spin around and just, you know, like I say, pummel that decoy like they did.
Blood Brothers TV will be right back. Welcome back to Blood Brothers TV.
You've seen it on TV, but you haven't seen it at 12 yards.
No, not 12 yards. Not right in your face like that. You know, not when you can see the turkey's eyeballs and stuff as as good as you did and stuff, stuff like that, and see the waddle, back and forth, and it was just, that was pretty cool.
Shoot the front one.
I couldn't even imagine getting up in the mornings and not being able to go out and sit on the ground, watch turkey strut, or climb a deer stand in the mornings to see the sun rise. Watch that, deer walk down the field, or watch that turkey fly out of the roost and hit the ground. I was raised on a farm, and to be raised in the city, them kids just don't have. They just not real clue what's going on out here. It's just amazing in the mornings and stuff. Sometimes, just like the other morning, we called in a bearded hen. She was talking to us. Come over to check out them decoys, and kind of looked around at them and kind of went off there. Like this morning, like I say, when them gobblers flew down and come across that field, it's just amazing to be in the woods and the timber.
Clears and shoot him. Shoot the one from the decoy. Shoot the left one.
The turkeys came in and they worked around that decoy, and I don't know. It was just kind of amazing. I mean, like I said, I've never seen them spin. I mean, I've seen it on TV, of course, but I've never seen them spin around and just, like I say, pummel that decoy like they did. I mean, it took it for a while until he jumped up on him and just clawed him. They're very good decoys.
Hey, does that bird not want to come down early or what?
They all did, man. Every one of them.
Yeah, I guess part of that's because
It's so. I guess.
I just like to hunt with my kids because I'm able to show them and instill in them the appreciation that I have for hunting and nature in general. I guess my favorite part about being outside with your kids is being able to instill in them the heritage that you had with your fathers and grandfathers, and just to be able to get outdoors and enjoy quality alone time together. I can remember when I was a kid, I enjoyed going out with my grandpa. He took me out in the woods, we went fishing. It just meant a lot to me and enjoyed it so much. And I was just hoping that my kids would also enjoy the same, getting outdoors and enjoying being alone and having some good quality bonding time together. My youngest daughter, Hannah, has been going out in the woods with me for several years, probably since she was 7 or 8 years old. I remember one time in particular, we were deer hunting, and it was rather cold. We were up in the deer stand, and she looked over at me and she asked me, "Daddy, can you feel your feet?" And she never complained or whined or anything. She just let me know that she was a little bit cold by asking me if I could feel my feet. I thought that was quite humorous. Of course, I told her yes, I could, and I asked her if she could feel hers, and she said, "No, not really." But I asked her if she could stay for another 15 minutes, and she said, "Sure." And little thing was only about 8 years old, but she never complained, never whined or anything, and that's when I knew that she was going to be a good little hunter. A couple of weeks ago, I'd set up a blind probably 50 yards from where I got a nice turkey last year, just in case of the weather and the rain. But today we got out here in good time. I'd been out and scouted a couple times and hadn't heard any gobbles or anything. I was a little disillusioned by that, but I know this is a good place. It always has been a good place that produces good birds for me. So I just took a chance that we would have luck as we always had in the past.
Blood Brothers TV will be right back. Welcome back to Blood Brothers TV.
Blood Brothers TV is special to me. It basically shares exactly what I live and hunt for. Being able to take your kids out and enjoy a day of hunting. It just is a show that bonds relationships to where you can get out and enjoy the nature and beautiful spring days. You just can't beat that feeling to be able to share something like that with a family member or a friend.
Well, I've always been a daddy's girl, and so hunting with my dad gives us a special something that we can do together that's just kind of our thing. I like hunting because it gives me a place where I can just escape, get away from the busyness of school and all the things I do, and it's just a nice, relaxing thing to do. I've been hunting since I was like 7 or 8, but I've only hunted with a gun for about 3 years. I like turkey hunting in the spring because waking up and seeing the sunrise and the nice weather is really good, and not being cold and just being able to relax. The whole air is nice. Shooting the turkey is definitely a prop. Thumbs up. Well, I'm 14. Well, I dance almost every night of the week, and I run track on top of that, and I had to manage my studies. And my dad, he's busy too with his job, and so trying to find time to spend quality time together is really hard. Or also, I go 2 weeks between my parents, so I have 2 weeks with my mom, and I only get 2 weeks with my dad. And it's kind of hard, so being able to go in the woods is really nice. I get straight A's, so I study a lot. Actually, I don't study that much. I probably should study more.
I've been in law enforcement for about 24 years. Being able to get out in nature and hunt and have hunting as a hobby is really important as a law enforcement officer because you're able to kind of escape and get away from the humdrum of the city life and people and things of that. So it really gives you a greater appreciation to be able to be and get outside and enjoy the woods. I've always appreciated the outdoors, and it's always been something that I've always wanted to pass down through my kids, to be able to show them the way that things work out in the nature and how fortunate that you are to be able to get outside and see the flowers and the trees and see the things come alive in the springtime. A lot of people in the cities and a lot of people that even live in the country that don't go out and hunt or fish, they never get to experience those type of things. Me personally, I just don't know what people do without it. And I would hope that my kids will understand and gain the same appreciation of being outdoors as I do. And I think this one here does. We had the Cherokee sports decoys set up typically how you would for a youth to get them in really, really close. So they were only maybe 12 yards out. The wind was really bad. We had a hard time hearing. We heard some off at a distance way back to the south. We weren't hearing anywhere we expected to hear them coming out of this corner. But we felt that'd be okay because of the birds had always been in this area. A hen come right into the decoys. Shortly after that, from the opposite direction, a jake came into the decoys, and we had the Cherokee Sports decoys set up typically how you would for a youth to get him in really, really close.
By the time I saw the turkey, he was already in the decoys because the sun was in my eye and I couldn't get comfortable and I was scared I wasn't going to sight it right. I was just getting really nervous that I was going to miss it.
Go ahead, shoot.
First time tagging a turkey.
There you go.
Yep.
How far did you shoot him?
8 yards.
8 yards. Can't beat that.
And you couldn't have missed, I don't think.
Blood Brothers TV will be right back. Welcome back to Blood Brothers TV.
I work at an ammonia plant in Yazoo City. Make anhydrous ammonia, most of the fertilizers. It's a shift work job, but gives me plenty of time to do other stuff, family and hunting and what have you. We all come from a real strong family, hunting and fishing, and most of us raised on the outdoor kind of way of life. My dad and his dad, and mostly my dad and my papa, they got us out when we was, heck man, I can't tell you how old, young, but it's just all we know.
Get ready, he's gonna pop up. He's gonna come right there.
Now, I've always loved deer hunting. That's kind of been my bread and butter, you know. That's what I know. I enjoy it the most. But I've been wanting to try turkey hunting for some time and never could ever find the time anybody to really hook up and go. So finally, my cousin Stewie, Ryan Ashby, he called me one Sunday on my way to work. I told him to come on with it, and we hooked up. We went and bought me some calls and a vest. And first morning we got on a bird, he burned us. Man, it struck a chord with me. It went deep. He saw his little fan pop up right under the hillside, and I think that's what did it for me. Got to the point where I couldn't breathe, the hair standing up on my neck, it's a rush like no other. That's what hooked me there. I wish everybody could experience that. We'd all be turkey hunters. Man, he was 10, 12 yards away. Went to strutting this thing. The sun was hitting him just right. The feathers were just a-shining, and the way he was strummed out, as big and pretty as he could be. Unreal, you know. That close and that pretty a bird, and just as big and swole as he was. You know, I hadn't had much experience, but man, those Cherokee Sport decoys, they looked as real as it come. That last day when we set up, we had them up there glistening in the sun. Boy, they were looking pretty. He come up, man, he come within 4 or 5 yards from us and didn't pay any attention. We had 3 grown people on a tree, and that joker slid right by us going after those hens. Man. Going through all of that, you know, I had my wife on the left and a new friend, Nate, on the right. You know, at one point she told me, just stay calm, you know. And like that was gonna work. You know, my heart was about to pop out of my chest, couldn't breathe. You know, thank goodness I had them with me. I probably would have had a stroke up there. It was just amazing getting to share that with my wife, who's never been. You know, I've been telling her all week how bad it hooked me. She went on a shopping spree with us. Got some new calls and vests and all.
Oh my God! Oh my gosh! Oh my God!
I'd have to say the blood brother part. That's kind of what we're all bonded with, between hunting and fishing and just enjoying the outdoors, living life, loving it. I was lucky enough to be raised on the land and hunting and fishing, and I respect anybody else that enjoys what I do. You know, we're all out here to do the same thing, and that's doing what we love. You know, hunting and fishing. And heck, man, if it's just picking mushrooms, that's what you like to do. And your brother, he goes deep. You know, we all got brothers and sisters, but when something like this, you know, we're all connected. We're all brothers anyway. Something like this, man, it really ties you, brings you closer, you know, brings your family closer. If you got kids, you better get them out in the woods, because it'll keep them out of trouble. My name's Bogue Lyons from Mississippi. I'm very thankful I got to share this opportunity with y'all on my very first turkey hunt. It's been a real experience.
Blood Brothers TV rocks. If you'd like a chance of having your hunt filmed, just become a Cherokee Sports Blood Brother by going to www.bloodbrotherstv.com. A new breed of TV, brought to you by Cherokee Sports. You've been watching Blood Brothers TV.
Oh my God!